Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted here on Keeping It Crypto, but I figured today would be the perfect day. So in front of me here is this Marriott by Brahman Communications Inc. It's a helium hotspot miner. And initially I ordered two rack V2s all the way back in May of 2021. And they kept pushing it back. They said, oh, you'll get them in July. Then it was August, then it was November, then it was December, then it was, they just kept pushing it back, Every couple months they would send me, hey, do you want to keep waiting or do you want to get a refund? And I kept waiting, and then eventually they said, hey, do you want to take one of these 3 replacement miners that we got? They basically do the same thing. So they ended up sending me this model instead of the Rack V2. From what I hear, it's a little bit slimmer, so we're actually going to be unboxing this as well. So initially, my order was for $880 for 2 of these from Rack, and it was for the Rack V2, and I planned to give one to my buddy so that we could increase the network, but he moved, unfortunately, not too far, but a little bit too far out of range for this, so I'm not quite sure I'm going to do the second one yet, try to sell it to somebody nearby, hopefully increase the network, or maybe I'll put it on eBay. I'm not quite sure yet, but just a little backstory of how I was able to get this. I did wait like 9 months for this thing, so I'm pretty excited about unboxing it with you guys and just seeing what's inside here. So just going to show you the box real quick here. Okay, and I got my little hobby knife. We're just going to cut right in here, get this plastic off. Let me guys know if you guys are helium mining and what miner you guys are using, just out of curiosity. I'm going to do a part 2 to this video, just explaining helium a little bit, and there are some major discrepancies in the earnings. Some people are making like $1 a month, some people are making like $150 a month. So right off the bat, we got this little sheet here, and on the back it's download the Helium app store and Google Play. It just tells you how to basically create a wallet, get your seeds and your PIN for the wallet, and then how to turn on the Marriott hotspot miner, attach the antenna, the power supply, and set up your hotspot app. So I watched a guy basically set this up. It only took him about 5 minutes. I'm not going to show you the QR codes because I'm not sure if those are individual, but QR codes in the back. So this is the unit itself. It's actually pretty slim. I'm going to take this out here, and in the front, it looks like we got the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and what's that other one? ROA. And then on the back, it's got our power plug. Looks like we have a Ethernet port, a USB port, and this is apparently for an SD card. So there's already an SD card inserted, so we're not going to have to do anything there. This is where we plug in our antenna. There's this little thing from the factory that says that they checked it, which is a good sign for us. Underneath this piece of cardboard, we're going to have our power plug, which is going to go right here in this slot right there, where it says that little power button right there. I'm going to slide that in there. And what's really nice about this antenna, so it looks like we're going to have to use our own Ethernet cord, but that's fine. I do have plenty of those Ethernet cords laying around. Inside of this, which is really nice, instead of just screwing the antenna, which is down here, which is actually a pretty good size antenna, you have the option if you want to screw this in the back of the unit, or if you want to put this higher up somewhere. So you can actually, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to screw it into this, and then I'm going to hang it somewhere. Let's see how long this cable is actually, because if I'd like to set the unit behind my computer screen maybe, next to my internet box, and let's see how long the cable is. Okay, we don't have a ton of cable here, but I might be able to get an extender and just run this a little higher. I think this is just a basic, well no, it's actually a little bit smaller. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller than like a TV antenna cable, but that's okay. We do have, looks like about 4 feet here. Let's see, so I'm 6 foot tall, and this comes up to, it's probably about 5 feet actually. It's coming up right into my armpit. So I would say this is about a 5 foot wire that comes with it as well. So I just wanted to show you guys what was in the box for that. And we're going to do a quick update over time. probably every 30 days or so, just to see how much money we're making on this little thing. And I'm sure you guys are pretty much interested in that. Like I said, I've seen people make anywhere from like $1 or $2 a month all the way up to like $150. So actually in part 2 of this video, what I'm going to do is I have some stuff up on screen in a couple websites. We're just going to break down like what Helium is, the price point on it, and just how some other people are doing it. I'm going to show you guys how to check that. So I'm going to set this off to the side. We're going to set that up here after the video. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and transition this video into talking about Helium. So stick around for part 2. Okay guys, so in part 2 of this video, just wanted to go over, okay, so this unit was actually from Helium Mart. Apparently Rack had acquired these from Helium Mart because they're not available in the United States. We're in Canada, so it's a different megahertz. It says they're out of stock. And if you're in the UK or in Europe, it's 868 megahertz, which is available, it looks like, for 543 euros. So not quite sure what that is in dollars. I don't have the conversion in front of me, but if you're in the EU or in Europe and you're looking for one of these, looks like heliummart.com has these available for you guys. So check that out. Just wanted to showcase if we could find that somewhere. They're also available on eBay, but on the eBay they're selling for like $800, $750, so much more than that I paid. So I do want to go over helium.com and just give you a brief overview. It says Mine Crypto with Radio. The People's Network is powered by an entirely new and incentive model made possible by the Helium blockchain. And there's just a whole bunch of different miners that are available. This was the model that I was supposed to get. Then they sent me that other one instead that I previewed for you guys. So it's saying that it's a simple device on your office window. They show you a map, which we're going to get into, of different miners and what they're making. So I'm going to show you guys how to tell if you have miners nearby you and if this is worth buying for you. A world of hotspots. Okay, and this is a breakdown of, so CalChip is who I ordered it from. Bobcat is a really popular one. And then all the way down here, it just shows the companies that make these. How do I earn Helium, HNT coin? So participants building coverage for the People's Network using Helium hotspots. Proof of coverage. Hotspots on the network are randomly and automatically assigned proof of coverage tests to complete. And relay device data for transferring device data over the network. Okay. Value of HNT. We're going to get into that actually in our last screen here. And it's basically showing how these devices relay to one another for data credits through the internet. What are its uses? Local business, build power, wireless device and sensor applications. Discover new hardware and software solutions by supporting the People's Network and ecosystem. How are tokens earned? And this is what really broke it down for me here, was on the Helium website. So it's got challenges where it challenges other hotspots on the network for proof of coverage validation through wireless coverage. Proof of coverage, so that would be basically just showing on the map what your spot covers, and then another one will challenge off of that. So you can make money on the challenge, you can make money on the proof of coverage. Witnesses hotspots that monitor and report proof of coverage activity beacons. Other hotspots, a portion of the HNT, depending on how much activity they've witnessed, and the reward scaling of challenges, and network data transfer. So it even breaks down how much money you make, or how much token you make off each one of these. 0.9, 5.02, 20% here, 35%. So it doesn't look like you're getting all of it, but you are getting a good portion of the reward. HNT, distributed hotspots that transfer data from the devices on the network. The amount of HNT is allocated proportionally based on the amount of data on hotspots transferred. So very interesting. And then down here, they're on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, GitHub, Telegram, YouTube, Reddit, Instagram, and Discord. Personally, I like Discord and YouTube. Basically, my two sources of information. GitHub has more of the technical stuff behind it. Your wallets, your programming side of things. And here's how to get in touch with them. So, very legit website. We are going to download from Google Play because I'm not an Apple user. We're going to download from Google Play the wallet later on before we set up the miner, while we're setting up the miner, I should say. So I just wanted to give you like a preview here. You click over on that map. So on this page, if you go back to the top here where you can see view network map, I've already brought the network map up just to like zoom in parts of the United States, but you can like zoom this thing out and you can see that there's a ton of these things in Europe. And if you wanted to, like, for instance, like see where you lived, like, let's say you lived right here, you would zoom in on where you live, click on it, and it'll show like what that hotspot is making. So what I like to do is about a 30-day run. So I'll go here, click 30 days. This one made $9. But now let's say I zoomed in over here where it's a big city here. There's 11 of these just in this little box, and you can see if this one made more. So it says synced. Let's go 30 days. That one only made $1.30. So it's very interesting the discrepancies in some of these, what some of these make. I just like kind of clicking on a few random ones just to kind of get a feel for. So this person made $11, and it seems like these are bounced all off each other and somehow relayed itself all the way over to this node, which is pretty crazy to think about. The coverage. Okay, so that we're over in Europe right now. Let's go back to the United States. And let's just go Cleveland for now because I live kind of close to Cleveland. So let's see what some of these in Cleveland are making. This one's been online for 8 months. It says 30-day reward, $122 or 5.3 helium. So this one is making quite a bit of money in a 30-day span. So you're talking like a 4 to 5 month payoff on one of these devices, depending on how much you paid for it. And you can see how it's relayed to these other devices. Let's go a little bit east here. And the names of these are crazy. Onyx jellyfish. Okay, just crazy names for these things. This one made $58. Okay, so still not a bad thing when you're using like 5 or 10 watts from the wall, about what a phone charger is using. And all you're doing is connecting this to your internet. So we're going a little bit further east. This one's offline, so that's not going to do us much good. And then like melted watermelon, like just these weird names of these things. Okay, again, this one's offline, so we're not finding a lot that are online over here. Let's check Mentor. Shout out if you're in Mentor. Okay, so this one made $12 a month. Not bad. But then you get into like, let's say like this one. This one's like all by itself between Hamden and Montville. Synced. Okay, 30 days. This only made $3. So it is kind of important to be near these things because this one out here in the middle of nowhere. Let's check another one out here in the middle of nowhere. See if this thing made anything. This one made almost $5 a month, and it's all here by itself. So when these things are like in bunches, I believe they actually make more money. So this one's got a little group of 3. Let's click on the one in the middle here, see what it made. It says it's offline. I don't know why people put these online and take them offline. Not giving yourself much of a chance if you take the thing offline. Oh, here, $48, and it's only got a few nodes around it. This is over here in like the Paynesville area. So it's only connected to 2 other units, and it made $48 a month, which isn't bad. You know, $50 a month, you're talking about passive income from doing almost nothing. Here's one over here by itself. Let's see what it did. Crimson Otter. Let's see. 30 days, sample size here. Come on. Show me 14 day. Well, 14 days it made 7, so if you want to double that, it looks like it made around, okay, there it goes, $13.50. We'll go back to another little cluster. I see Tangelo. All right, well, that one's offline too. So it just kind of shows you anyone that's connected to this over time. It's not giving you the exact name or the exact address, which is nice, but it is kind of showing you if there's somebody in a box that you live in, or if there's ones in nearby roads or nearby towns, which is really cool. So again, just go to the network and you could see like large portions of, here's Chicago. There's a ton of these in Chicago. Florida looks like it's pretty hot with these. There's a lot of these in Florida. Just kind of zooming in so you can kind of see New York City. There's a ton of these things in New York City. Let's, out of curiosity, let's click on one in New York City. Let's see how much they're making there. About $35, not bad. And that was showing me that this one is offline, so we want one of it's red here. Or not red, we want the green. We don't want red. Let's see if this one did anything. Only $3 that one made. So it's very interesting, like almost a gamble what each one of these things is going to make. Some of them are making really good money and some of them are not. 30, that's about $1 a day that person's making. But yeah, so they kind of range. There's a few of these in Texas. California looks like it's got a ton of them. Up here in Canada, not a whole lot. Quite a few in Mexico. Probably just depending on certain areas over here in the islands. Puerto Rico's got a bunch of them, if you live in Puerto Rico. Not too much going on in Africa. China looks like it's got a ton of them. Australia's got a few, hit and miss. Alaska, very few. So we'll see if we can get this whole map green at some point. Maybe everyone will get one of these. And we'll just turn the whole place green. But enough of the coverage map. I just wanted to show you guys how to check like your town. Like, okay, I've been in Oklahoma City. Okay, I'm south of Oklahoma City. You kind of just click in and see what this person made nearby you to see if it's worth investing for you. Now, you might make more or less than this number. This just gives you a good figure of what that person tells you, how many they witnessed, how many beacons they got, percentages, and all that. Very nice setup here. Okay, that's the map again. And I wanted to talk about the coin itself. So it's ranked 46th over here on CoinMarketCap, which is really good, considering there's 17,000 cryptos now. I remember like when I started, there was like 3,000 cryptos. This is insane. The market is a little bit down right now, but see, this is still holding its own at $22. I looked at this about 6 months ago, and we were down here somewhere. You can actually see the trends here. So let's say 1 year. You can see that it was down here at $12 here in June last year. It's climbing up, climbing up. It hit this really big peak here, about 52 bucks. When the markets were doing really well in November, you see it jump back down, 27, but still pretty stable. It hasn't like completely crashed this market or anything like that. There was some stats here on the bottom I wanted to go over with you. It shows the 24-hour change, the volume, market capacity, the market cap right now. And I also like to look at supply. So things are always supply and demand. So this is capped out at 223 million HNT tokens or Helium tokens. 111 million currently exist. So there's still some room for growth, but I like that they put a max supply on here. Some tokens can completely mint and mint and mint forever, but when there's scarcity, there's value. There's always going to be value in scarcity. I'm not a financial advisor. I just truly believe that this coin is going to go somewhere in the future, and by looking at these price points, this just kind of backs up my point. So I'm going to wrap up this video, guys. Let me know if you're invested in Helium, if you believe in Helium. If you have any questions about Helium, maybe I can answer them or somebody else can answer them down below in the feed. Let me know if you have one of these miners, which model that you got, how long you waited for it. As always, appreciate you guys for watching. If you like the content like this, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video.